Hello, so this is going to be a pick a card reading for October 2023. I do have 4 piles for you guys today. So pile 1 is gonna be this silver pumpkin, and then pile 2 is gonna be this darker orange. This is what it looks like. And then pile 3 is this light or more pale kind of orange, and pile 4 is this copper pumpkin here. So yes, I do want to say that please remember that this is a general reading, so more than one can resonate at this time, and maybe none at all, but please do not force the message. And I do want to say, please beware of scammers and people reaching out under my name. I will never reach out to you for a reading, and the only way for you to get a reading is either if you reach out to me through Instagram or if you go on my website. But other than that, if you want to book a private reading, everything should be in the description box down below. I love you guys, and we shall get started. Hello, so this is going to be pile 1 for your October 2023 predictions. So if you chose this pile, then this is what I have for you. I did pre-shuffle everything, so yeah, you see everything on the table. I'm so sorry about all the beeping. I live in New York City, and you already know there's always something going on outside. People beeping, sirens, cars. Okay, so we're gonna start with your tarot cards and then move on to your oracle. So I want to start with these 2 right here. So the first 2 cards that you have is the 4 of Swords and the 10 of Wands. And then you have the Ace of Wands. This is what it looks like. Then you have the High Priestess. This is what she looks like. You have the 10 of Wands. Again, I remember this deck specifically because of that. Well, this pile specifically because you got the 10 of Wands twice. And then you also have the Star. Beautiful. So I'm definitely seeing that in October, I think that you're finally putting down the wands that you're carrying, right? The 10 of Wands that came out twice. I think that the reason that you feel like so burdened and just taking on so much, possibly in the month of September, or you know, many months before that, like it has possibly been the whole year, or it feels like it's been a long time where you've been taking extra responsibilities. Some of you are taking extra shifts to make ends meet. Like, your situation is very stressful. There's a lot on your plate, and something that I'm seeing is that I see you stretching yourself way too thin. Like, not only are you overworking yourself, whether it is in school or work or both, right? But I'm seeing that, like, with these hands, it's almost like you have a part to play in a lot of people's lives the past year. And in October, you're finally gonna be able to drop that, and to, especially with the 4 of Swords, to like take a breather, to take a pause, to get some mental, physical, and emotional rest. Like, for example, some of you could be working different jobs. Like, what I'm seeing is that you're working for, like, you have like a regular 9 to 5, and then you might be coming home and creating content, going live, doing something that also requires a lot of energy. And even though most people may not see that as a job, like, it is an extra income. So it's like when you're coming home, you're not resting mentally, physically, and emotionally. And again, like, you're finally gonna get the chance to do that. I feel like you are, with the star, you are definitely chasing a lot of your dreams through content creation, through like some sort of side hustle. And I'm seeing that October might give you the boost that you need, or like the sense that your dreams are finally coming into your reality. And that teaching you, like, even though everything might not play out in October how you want it to, I think it teaches you that with patience, with love, with consistency, like, as long as you're putting the work out there, your videos out there, or whatever it is, like, just putting yourself out there, like, you're going to get places because you deserve it, because you have the talent, because you have the passion and the love for whatever it is. And the more patient you are, and just like the more rest that you have, you're gonna notice that the more successful that you will be, because it's like you're allowing your energy to rest, where when you do create something, or when you do embark on a new opportunity, or whatever it is, like, you know, you have like the mental capacity, and you're able to use your intuition correctly to know what is right from wrong. Oh my god, I can't even talk. What is right from wrong, or what it is that, like, exactly you want to do, where you want to move. But imagine, like, if you're tired all the time, and you know you are like overworking yourself, it would be hard to listen to your intuition, or it would be hard to move in the right direction, or create as you want to. So that is something that I'm seeing. October again is gonna be all about rest, and like physical, mental, and emotional and spiritual rest, and just like not being so worried about things, like letting the universe handle things for you behind the scenes, and trusting and having faith in yourself. Especially with the star. The star talks about healing and like a wish coming true. So I feel like a part of your healing journey is to surrender, to allow things to happen for you. You don't always have to carry the burdens or take the responsibilities. And intuitively you know this, but I think physically it's hard to just let go. And so I see you like little by little taking less hours, taking less classes, or, you know, like just weaning yourself off of all the burdens that you are taking on. All right, and then let's go into your oracle cards. So the first one that you have is air, imagination. I don't know why, but I feel like some of you could be witches, or you definitely have that sort of energy. I think when I think of like witches, you know, it may just be that you are a very spiritual individual, and you're very good at manifesting. Because something that I've realized is that when it comes to like witchy sort of energy, I think I can tell right away, because this is someone that is not only very in touch with their intuition, but you are just someone that you're very good at manifesting. And whenever you put your mind to something, like, you in some sort of way you make that happen, whether it's through candle magic and through spell work, or whether it's through meditating, whether it's through trusting the universe, right, whether it's through the law of attraction. Like, there's so many different ways to get what you want. And being witchy, or being a witch, to me just means that you're very good at manipulating energy to get what you want. And with air, it's very easy to do that. It's like you have this sort of like charm about you. So if you have like a interview coming up, or something with school, or something like that, or like a get together or something, I feel like your charm is gonna be on 1,000, and I love that for you for sure. But yeah, like I said, you definitely don't have to be a witch or witchy. I just think that you're very good at getting what you want, because you kind of like call it in and attract it. So yeah. All right, And then I'm gonna use this one. So this one basically represents the energy that you will face. It could be challenges, it could be blessings, but yeah, this is definitely more so the energy that will be around you. Oh my god. So this one is Yod, or your destiny. I actually want to read the book for this. I have never ever read the book for this deck, so I really am curious to see what comes out, because because it's only been like a few times where this card has come out. Okay, so basically I lost the book to this deck, which is okay, we're okay. But so with this card, again, I think it's very straightforward. This does talk about destiny, and if you look at the card, there's like, I don't know why, but I'm seeing these circles here and all of these little things connecting. They're reminding me of like energy connecting, energy forming, and it's reminding me, of things having like a divine timing, or things like forming in the right, literally things forming in the right time, things like happening exactly when they're meant to. So I feel like this is something that I see exactly with your situation, and I'm starting to understand it a lot more the more that I uncover cards. I think that some of you, like, you feel like you don't have a talent. I think you have so much charisma, you have so much love, you have like so much to offer, but I think you haven't seen it for yourself yet. And I feel like you're overworking yourself, because in your head this is all you have. You try to be the best at work, at school, because this is your only identity in your head, when in reality that's not true at all. And I think the problem is that, like, it's very hard for you, because you can be whoever you want. You may change so many different styles, and you may change, like, not the person that you are, but the things that you like, and like your interests, the way that you speak, the way that you express yourself. So I feel like that scares you, because you have started to lose a big part of your identity, or the person that you've always been. But I think this change is coming in to show you the real you, your hidden talents, your real passions, the person that you were in past lives, for you to like really be in touch with your natural gifts and abilities. So I think in October something might happen to you where, you know, you might get laid off, or you might quit a job, or, you know, you may be forced to take some sort of pause or break on school or work or responsibility. And it's gonna really put you in hermit mode, or really make you think about you. And it's like, in this situation you're not gonna want to be there. I see you like with your arms crossed, or even angry or pissed, or like bothered, frustrated by it. But in the end, you're gonna end up creating something through your intuition, whether it's music, whether it's art, whether it's on social media, and maybe it's spiritual as well. But I think that this is a talent, or just something that comes to you very natural, because again, it comes to you from a past life. And I think that you are going to, like, you're gonna be able to use this as like your business, or as another way for it to be your career or your work, and like be a part of your identity. And October is gonna show you that. I feel like there is a lot of changes within you, and it makes you see that you don't have to attach yourself to someone that you were. Because I can see how, like, there was someone in your past where maybe you attach yourself to them, or a time where you were really happy, and because you're not happy now, or because you're uncomfortable, you try to be the person that you were in the past so hard, or so bad, and it's like you have the chance to be better, you have the chance to be more successful or have better people, but you have to realize that this energy of being uncomfortable, like, let that shit drive you, let it take you to your destination. Okay. And something as well with the air, I think air is all about thoughts, communication. So you might see like a lot of strangers are rambling to you, talking to you, saying like things. Pay attention to what they're saying, because I feel like people who are empaths or people that are naturally able to channel, they're gonna say things to you, and it will be like messages for you from your guides, your angels, if you're open to them, of course. It may just be angel numbers, or through animals, and as well as through your dreams. And something that I'm seeing is you also have birds and like plants and water and fire, so you may very well be connected to a lot of the elements. And I just saw a bird like fly by, so for sure. Okay. And then this card, yeah, is all about connection. I want to uncover all the oracle cards, so that's exactly what I'm gonna do. And then if you look in the distance, there's birds all the way in the back. Again, you can barely see it because they're like really tiny. Some of you may live in the city, or you're wanting to move to the city. And then you have dreams. Exactly. I love this deck so much. It's so pretty and cute. And then this one right here, this one is the Ocean's Muse. Again, like, you have a lot of water, fire, earth, even like this fifth element of energy of spirit, so you're definitely very, very connected. Okay, so with dreams, this says dreams are an expression of collective experiences combined with messages from the spirit world. You know what's so crazy is that ever since I literally sat down to do pile 1, I've been interrupted so many times. Like, people where I live in the city, so like there's always a lot of noise. There's people talking, there's like cars crossing by. So I like to make sure that like there's not really a lot of activity or too much going on outside. And the minute that I turned the camera on for this pile, there was just so much going on, so much people talking outside, to the point that I was just like ignoring it. I was like, at this point, like, I'm just gonna get it done. And as you can hear, like, there's still people talking. So I feel like I think that water is coming up for you so much, because water, I studied a lot of the elements, and I love like connecting to all the elements. And basically, like, with water tells you that you're always connected to everyone. And that's why being an empath is so hard, because you don't always feel all the good, you also feel all the bad and all the negative. And it's knowing when to shut the world out. I think you can get so many beautiful messages, and you can be so tapped into your gifts, but it's knowing that it's not always gonna be good. Like, what you uncover and the things that you come across may not always be good messages, but it's the truth, and it's what's always going to set you free. And again, I just feel like October is gonna be very freeing for you, because I think there will be times where, you know, your intuition will be telling you certain things, and it's not that you didn't want to believe it, but it was hard to believe, or the truth was just very harsh. And it could have been family, friends, people in your life, and I feel like some of you don't know when to say no or when to set boundaries. I think your connection to people and your connection to the collective, and just as a whole, as humanity, and like you wanting to better like the world and just bring about peace, I feel like that is like something that has to do with your destiny, something that has to do with your purpose here. But I think again, you have to know when to shut that out for a while, or like when it's time to be selfish, when it's time to do things for you. And October may be like the whole month where it's about you, about your identity, about who you're becoming, about not being influenced. It's okay to receive messages and to ask others for advice, but the one person's advice that you should be asking is yourself. So yeah, I feel like your guides and your angels are definitely helping you very, very much on this lesson at this time. Again, on just making things more about you, because I feel like it's very easy for you to focus on other people or see when other people are struggling. And again, I think the most important thing that I see here is like how important your connection to animals, to people is. And I feel like I like, it's so hard to explain because it's more so like a feeling of, you know, wanting to make someone's day, because you never really had that. You never really had like good friends or good people, so you always want to be that person for others. And for some of you, this is with your partner as well, like the close people around you, your family, your loved ones. And it's like, it's so important to have a connection and to be vulnerable with your family and with your partner, but not to the point where it gets in the way of you growing or you expanding as a person, on you like taking on this new identity, becoming who you are wanting to be. People that love you and that want to be in your life are not going to judge you for changing or for growing or evolving. They're gonna support you every step of the way. And you know, if you no longer resonate with someone, or you feel like you're growing out of a connection, or you know, just a person being in your life, it's okay. Like, it happens. It just means that that person or situation has served its purpose. And I truly feel like I want to say that to you. Some of you also, like, the colors that I kind of see here are silver, purple, indigo, like blue as well, black, and like this lilac color, a pastel yellow. So that could resonate with you. And some of you are wearing a lot of silver these days. Something interesting that I want to say is that before it was believed that like silver was worn for protection, and I never knew that. And that's basically how we started wearing jewelry, because you know how like certain stones have like certain properties. So back then, like for example, like the diamond ring, the only reason it became popular when people were getting married was because a lot of rich people, a lot of rich folk were basically like promoting it and advertising it, and saying that, you know, it's gonna make your marriage last forever. So now basically everyone uses it. But emerald and ruby, I think, you don't quote me on that because I could be wrong, but I know like emerald and ruby were like the most hard stones to come by, because everybody wanted them and they were like super expensive. And so that's when like jewelry came along, because there was a lot of folk talking, and they will say like how silver was always worn for protection. And I think silver and copper was for protection, and gold was worn for like blessings or money, which is very interesting to me, because I feel like you're either a silver or a gold person. There's no in between. But yeah, I did want to say that. So you might find yourself wearing a lot of black, or some of the colors that I mentioned, a lot of silver for protection. And it's because I feel like you're on rest mode. Like, you know, you're gonna get your blessings and your wishes and the good things coming in, but it's definitely time for peace and rest, and to take it easy on yourself for sure. But yes, I love you, Pile One. I definitely hope you enjoyed. And again, I'm so sorry about the people in the background, but I do hope it resonated. I hope you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Hello. So this is gonna be pile 2 for your October 2023 predictions. I did pre-shuffle already to save time, and I am next to the window, so if you hear people talking, just ignore. You already know. So let's start with your tarot, and then we'll move on to all the oracle here. Okay, so the first card you guys got was the Seven of Swords in reverse. This is what it looks like. Okay, and then you have the King of Wands. I love this deck as well. Then you have the Nine of Swords. This one is another one that's very beautiful. Like, look at the sunset right here, if you can see. And there's like a little bird on the window. I have never really noticed that on this card. Just so many beautiful details to take in. And then the Ten of Cups. This is the Hocus Pocus tarot. I did use different tarot decks just to switch it up and to see if there's any repeat energy. So something that I am seeing is that there is no doubt that someone wronged you in the past with the Seven of Swords here. Even if it's in reverse, the energy is still showing up here. And with the King of Wands, I feel like you are trying to figure out like what is your best way to move forward, how to get to the Ten of Cups, you know. Despite the anxiety, the pain, the fear, and the feeling of things being uncomfortable, like what would be your best bet? I'm seeing that you're trying to take like the more logical approach to the situation. I do feel like with the Nine of Swords here, again, like I think that during the day you are like showing the world that you're this King of Wands, that you're so strong and independent, and you have like so many things ahead of you, like nothing is bothering you. But during the night, or when you have time alone, like you're breaking down, you are crying, you are hurt, you are in pain, you are no longer the strong person. And something that I feel is that in October, some of you may get an apology with the Seven of Swords in reverse. But I'm seeing that for the most part, I think in October, you're gonna realize that the thing is that I'm seeing that like you have been worried about this person getting their karma. I think you fear that if you just move away from the situation, that they're not gonna get their justice or their karma, or like their wrongs are not going to be right again, if that makes sense. I feel like there's been a pattern of people doing you wrong and you feeling like they never get their karma, or things don't ever turn in your favor. But I think you have to realize that how fruitful your presence is, how full of life you are. So their karma is having to live without you. Their karma is not having you in their life, and them having to take that L, them having to have the conscience that they did this to themselves, that they basically like dug a hole for themselves, and they just kept going deeper and deeper, and now they cannot get out. So that is something that I do feel like. I think in October, not only are you gonna figure out what way is best for you to move forward, but it's more about the realization that you don't have to get karma on this person. You don't have to worry about their karma or what's gonna happen. It's like, let God or the universe or your guides worry about that. And I see you worried about, like, not worried, but like I see you focus on your family and loved ones, and You may have like a heart-to-heart conversation with somebody really close to you, or someone that will become close to you. I'm definitely feeling like this is a cousin or someone that feels like a friend that you don't always see, and this person will pick up on the things going on in your life where you won't really be able to hide it. I feel too much from this person. But yeah, I think you will just be focused on like being around people and things that make you feel love, that make you feel really good energy. And that will be like, I feel like your plan or like your way forward for sure. But October is gonna be about your happiness and your protection, and knowing that by you moving away from this situation, this is your protection. As much as it hurts, this person's presence in your life was going to continue to hurt you, was going to continue to latch onto your energy. So let's see what your oracle cards have to say. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you have the owl, and it says wise seeing, wise action. Yeah, that's crazy. Some of you guys may actually see an owl like in real life, or you may dream about it. I just feel like you may resonate with the owl spirit at this time, like the spirit animal. I think that owls are always seen as an important omen, whether good or bad. That is up to the person and what they feel in that moment. But every time I see an owl and like looking at this card, it makes me think of sight, because owls, excuse me, if you think about it, like we don't ever really see owls, but they see us, right? And I feel like that's exactly how you're gonna be. Like you're gonna be very focused on what it is that you want in your life, and how, again, like how you can achieve that. And I can see that resonating with the King of Wands energy. Like I think that you are really sitting down with yourself, really looking at all your options, and where your happiness is, where your energy is, and again, just like how to move forward, how to gain clarity in the situation. So taking like the logical approach to things and trusting the truth, trusting that with time your situation does get better. All right, and then you have healing hands. That's crazy. You have freedom, which I'm gonna read later on. You have Burning Man, and then you also have Euphoria. All right, so let's start with healing hands. I feel like the most important thing that I'm seeing is that in October, like the most important thing in October is gonna be your faith in yourself, faith in your situation. And some of you may actually pray, but I think with hands, basically your hands are very healing, because you are a divine being. Whoever, if you chose this pile and you really resonate with it, basically what it's like your touch is made out of gold. Like your hands bring a lot of blessings. And what I mean by that is like you have this gift of when you touch something, if you notice, you'll tend to get certain visions, or like you'll tend to like think of certain people. You'll start to have certain dreams. You need to be careful when you buy things out of like thrift stores, or when you go to like anybody's house, because if you touch like something that has a lot of history, and maybe it has like a lot of negative energy or emotions attached to it, you may become drained by that. So it's important to like throw out things that you have an emotional attachment to that is not necessarily too good. But yeah, I think that you need to realize that the things that you touch, the people that you touch, like, you bring a lot of blessings and healing energy everywhere you go. And it's very easy for you to pick up on someone's emotions, someone's like thoughts, prayers, things like that. And like with things, it's like you can pick up on the history on certain people in the past. You'll know if that's for you though, because that's not everybody. But yeah, that is something that I do see. And with the obvious, like, this is like your prayers being answered here. Like, your prayers are have been heard, and very soon they will be answered. And you know what I'm seeing with this theme of like the truth with the owl and this freedom, like, the more that you accept things as they are and as you trust the truth, you gain so much peace and freedom, because you no longer have to worry about this deceptive energy. You're no longer worried about if you're being like if you're being lied to or deceived, or you're no longer consumed by this energy. You can focus on the right things, on the right people, on your faith, on yourself. So yeah, that is something that I do see. And with freedom, it says, I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. Like I said, there's so much about happiness here, it's crazy. And then with the Burning Man, it says collective power, supreme prayer, 3 of Cups, and celebration. So I feel like in October, in hopes of like getting better, you're gonna set something into motion. Some of you could be getting your first car. That's very like specific, but I just feel like you're either doing something you've been avoiding, or just taking a risk somehow, like putting yourself out there when it comes to your career, just really turning your life around. And this is something that is gonna play out so well, because you're doing this from like love of yourself. I think your desires and your manifestations always happen if you have like a really good intention for it, if it's like for your highest good. But for example, if you try to like manifest your ex texting you back, it might not happen, because if that person is not good for you, then why would your guides or the universe even allow that, right? So I feel like it's important to note that as well. Like, I just think whatever is being set into motion is gonna give you the cause of celebration and like a lot of happiness, and you really are gonna be able to say that it was because of you, like you did this for yourself. And then for Euphoria, again, just having so much love for yourself. Look how she's like surrounded by all these hearts, and it's reminding me of like romanticizing your own life. You don't need a partner or a friend or anybody else to bring love in your life, because you are already love. You already have this emotion that you can give to yourself. But it says Euphoria is a cosmic connection to the magic within and around you. And it's possible that you're like tapping into the magic within you, and this is why it's so easy to create around you like the life that you want, with love and peace and truth and freedom. Oh my goodness. But yes, pile 2, I definitely hope that you enjoyed and that it brought so much love and peace and clarity. I hope you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will definitely see you in the next one. Bye. Hello, so this is going to be pile 3 for your October 2023 predictions. First of all, I just want to say, right before I you know, like while I was prepping all your cards and I pre-shuffled and everything, the whole time that I was doing this, I was humming, and I kept picking up on a grandfather energy. So for some of you, there is a grandfather that has passed, or this is just a loved one that loves to sing or hum. Like music has always drove their soul, or always drives their soul. And I feel like they're they are definitely protecting you, bringing love and harmony, and music is always playing when this person is around you. And again, that is not for everyone. You will know if it resonates, but it was just something that came up so fast and I caught it, so I didn't want to talk on it. Okay. And their birthday could be coming up because of October. So I'm gonna start with the tarot cards down here, and then we will move on to the oracle cards. So you have the Two of Pentacles in reverse. You have the Sun. Oh my god, look at the guitar, you see? So there's definitely something about music in this deck. Whether it's about you or your family could be full of musicians. You have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. And you have the Knight of Pumpkins, Knight of Pentacles. Something that I'm seeing is that I'm definitely seeing that some of you are meant to be musicians or singers, and you have been wanting to learn how to play the guitar, specifically the electric guitar. And this is not only something that is gonna bring so much happiness, but it will get you out of the financial predicament, the financial boredom that you're in. And what I mean is, you know, you may have a good job, a great job even, right, that may be paying you good money, or you know, just maybe paying you, but it's the same thing over and over, the same routine, and you're very bored out of that routine. But yeah, there is I feel like there is a lot of opportunities once you get into music, whether it's singing, once you get into your talent. For some of you, you know, this could just be that when you turn on music, it's you forget about the rest of the world, and maybe you focus on your small business, or you tend to be more creative. And there's something about music, whether you're creating it yourself, whether you are creating something alongside music, that I feel like it just drives you, it inspires you, just like this grandfather or just like this past loved one. But yeah, I do feel with the Sun in October, I think there's almost a flashlight being put on you, where you're gonna be able to see a lot of things about yourself that you never saw, and the reason why you have always been the black sheep, or why you have always been so different and set aside from everyone else. But happiness is gonna be something that is definitely coming in October. For some of you, if you have an interview coming up, or if you know, you get called for an interview, it's definitely gonna go very well. But I do see you again getting out of feeling alone, left out in the cold, or a financial predicament that you're in. Okay, so let's see your oracle cards. You have Lady de los Muertos, acceptance and equality. All right, let's see the other cards. You have Lover. We're gonna read everything more in detail as I go over the cards. You have Energy. Wow, beautiful. Your energy reminds me of that Disney movie, I think it's called Coco, and the reason is because of the music part. Every time I think about Coco and the little boy and his journey to music, it almost like I always see him as like a ball of energy, of sunshine, and that's exactly how I see you. It's like you're so not sad, but like so like turned off, angry, bitter. And when you have music, it's like this whole other side of you wakes up. And then you have hidden familiars. Some of you have some sort of spirit animal, or you could be like getting a pet soon. And then you have rising up. I'm definitely gonna read this from the book because I've never gotten this card and it's very beautiful. Okay, so let's start with the Lady de los Muertos. I'm gonna read a couple from the deck because I want to give you guys as much clarity as I can. So let's see here. So again, we're starting with this one. And what's crazy is look what's at the bottom of the deck. You literally have Ghost. So that's why I'm saying I definitely felt that right away. Okay, so okay, here it is. It says the iconic Lady of Death with a pale skull-like face, zombie eyes, and rich red funeral flowers in her hair has become one of the most recognizable symbols of Halloween and the Mexican Day of the Dead, El Día de los Muertos. The original model for this flamboyant Lady of Death can be traced back to the ancient Aztec goddess. I am not even gonna attempt to say that. But yeah, I'm gonna say M-I-C-T. As time went on, the figure remained balanced between beauty and horror and morphed into the Lady of the Dead and eventually into the more modern graphic figure of Catrina. It is also reported that the identity of the original Catrina was based on women who were very rich and had everything they wanted in this life, yet death takes everyone equally. So it was a reminder that no matter how beautiful, rich, popular, or famous you were, in the end, death takes all. And that's definitely very true. The Mexican culture has a long-standing history of laughing at death and seeing it as just another aspect of life. In some ways, death is the last taboo in many Western cultures. We tend to hide away our dying, and some of us may never even see the body of someone who has passed in our whole lives. But this was a much more common occurrence in the past. And then it says, acknowledging that death is a natural process that will enter everyone's life at some time, that perhaps until then we can choose to be life affirming, takes away much of the fear. Take a light approach to a situation initially and it may work out better. If you are holding on to something that does not serve you any longer, in particular material things, simplify and let it go. I love that message. And I think also it's kind of like, I think when people think of death, they think that like it's final. And I think we need to start realizing that death isn't the end. Like your spirit will live on forever. Your memory will live on forever. And that's why it's very important. Oh my god, I'm smelling perfume. Somebody likes to wear a lot of floral perfumes. But I was saying that like it's important to do things now that you will be proud of yourself, even if you were to die tomorrow, or you know, like to die in a year from now, or whenever you're meant to pass. Like it's important to live out your legacy and to do things for yourself, to rise up for yourself, to stand up for yourself. And just again, like thinking of death as a natural process is just another part of your evolution. So yeah, I feel like And also, like, I resonated so hard with the part where it said how, like, you know, it doesn't matter how much money you have, how famous you are, what clothes you have, like things like that. Like, those things don't matter. I think society has made those things important, but I think what's important is how you live your life, how happy you are, how you treat others. And I think, and I love that, like, this is all about acceptance and equality. Like, how you accept yourself and others, and how you make yourself equal. Like, again, doesn't matter how much you have in life, in the end it's not going to matter. So yeah. And then you have Lover. So Lover says great passion and devotion, unbridled appreciation of someone or something. I think that there somewhere in you is a lover girl or a lover boy, and I feel like for some of you, you are a hopeless romantic, or you just love to romanticize things to. And what I mean is, like, I think that you love to be in love. You love love. Like, I think it just feels like it's such a big part of you to make your environment so positive and loving, and wherever you go, it's like your heart is so big, and a part of your purpose is to bring love into some people's lives. And unfortunately, some of those people might hurt you or might not give you love in return, but I do feel that, like, you bring love everywhere you go. And this is like the lover girl or the lover boy in you for sure. I love it. And I think you specifically, I can see some of you have red hair like me, or pink, or like burgundy, or you're wanting to do that. But I think specifically for some of you, like, you're wanting to in some sort of way, like, bring, again, like, with kind loving words, like, you may end up like having a podcast, or, you know, building some sort of community where you uplift people, you like bring such positive energy into people's lives, which is something that I am seeing here. And you were never really made to fit in, because you're meant to teach people how, like, it doesn't matter if you fit in society standards or not. Like, it that doesn't matter. Like, how, in the sense, like, if you don't fit into today's society or beauty standards, it's okay. You're still lovable, and it doesn't mean that you're not deserving of love. And that's something that I definitely see here. As I was saying before, with this card right here, you may end up getting a pet, or some of you have like a service animal or emotional assistant animal, I think it's called. And you may just like get a lot of confirmation through animals like birds, bunnies, wolves. Like, there's a lot of that here, especially when you're going through it. But I feel like you are definitely such a beautiful energy, such a beautiful person. And I think in October, you're definitely like, your environment is gonna show that. There's gonna be so much love and happiness around you, through friends, through family, through people around you. And it couldn't be better. Your situation may be far from perfect, but I think to you, it's everything to just have close people that choose you every day, to support you, to be there for you, and that's what matters. But yes, this is what I have for you, pile 3. I definitely hope you enjoyed, you resonated, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Hello. So this is gonna be pile 4. So if you chose pile 4 for October 2023, then this is gonna be your reading. Something that I want to say is that when I was shuffling your deck, well, when I was shuffling for this pile specifically, every time that I was shuffling, like, I kept saying 2024. I kept thinking about it, like October 2024, or again, I just kept saying 2024. So I feel like next year may be really, really important, significant, and just a lot of things happening. Or you could be like making decisions now that affect like your year coming up. But I do feel that like I just kept saying it, and I don't feel like that was for no reason. So we're gonna start with your tarot decks and then move on to your oracle here. So the first card you got was the Page of Swords, and then you got the Nine of Swords in reverse. Okay, some of you have, I have a butterfly tattoo. Some of you may have a moth tattoo or butterflies. And then you are the One in reverse. And then you have the Ace of Swords. And look at the birds. Some of you have like birds or feathers or something. Something that I am seeing is there was a situation where I saw that somebody was like, it's like there's something that's getting called off from 2024, and it could be a marriage. Again, that's not for everybody, but it is something that I did see. But I think also like there could be a trip that you're planning to go on, and you're quickly gonna realize that you may end up going alone on this trip. Or like these are not people that you should be going on a trip with or something like that in 2024. But as for October, I do feel like you're gonna be getting the truth about a situation, and anybody who is not authentic to you or doesn't support who you are or how you are and your weirdness and your quirkiness and stuff like that, is like, I feel like it's gonna be made very, very clear to you. It's not gonna be subtle at all. And I think this is where your anxiety is coming from, because I think you're questioning the people in your life and their intentions because of how hurt you have been, and it has made you suspicious even of the wrong people. And I think in October, in a way, your prayers are answered because you're getting the truth and clarity, where you don't feel like things are off anymore, you know. I feel like you're, in a way, like this truth coming in is your freedom. And I think you're a very happy person, but when there's like uncertainty or just not knowing things in your life, I think you don't have like a certain level of security, that brings a lot of anxiety and unhappiness with you. So let's see what you get. So you have Maybon Balance. Interesting. Some of you could be doing shadow work. You have Mental Conflict in reverse. Excuse me. Something that I was saying with this pile was that you may resonate with pile 2, I believe. There was a pile that it was also talking about anxiety. So I think it was pile 2, or it could have been pile 1. I don't remember, I don't recall. But yeah, so those two could be connected, because I remember looking at all the piles laid out, and I said it, I was like, I think these two are gonna be connected, because I saw like the anxiety and the mental conflict. And then you have Astral Travels. You have Rebirth. I love this card. And then the last card you have is Empowerment. And look how beautiful she is. Some of you, you could be dyeing your hair. You could be going ginger, because there's a ginger here, a ginger here. Or you might just be changing your hair. Like, she has white or platinum hair. Also, she does as well. Or you could wear wigs or like different colors. But besides that, so basically, again, I think the truth is just bringing a lot of balance. Like, you're finally gonna be able to express yourself the way that you want. I don't think that you are somebody that you let like outside things bother you so much. But again, like, when you don't, it's not that when you don't know someone, but when you don't know someone's intentions in your life, and you're constantly questioning them, I feel like you don't just want to let go of something. You want to know if you're able to work on something, or you know, like how you can fix things if there's even a possibility. So I feel like it takes so much time, so much mental conflict, like just so much energy. And you're finally like getting down to the nitty-gritty. You're finally like putting a stop to this and able to focus on your energy and have this empowerment, this rebirth. I love this card because this card talks about how in Japanese culture, I forget the name of it, I saw it on TikTok, but basically like when you break pottery, for example, or something that was very important to you, they use like this gold lacquer to put it back together. And not only does it add a beauty to it, but you have your pottery back, and or like the special item back, and it adds like more memory to it or more value to it in a way. And they basically show this woman with the same gold lining through all her cracks, and it basically says that like your mistakes, your failures, your bad and good memories, they don't make you. You have your own identity and your own purpose to fulfill. So allow these cracks and these mishaps and everything that has happened to not identify who you are. Maybe yes, you've been through it and you've learned a hell of a lot at the same time, but it doesn't mean that you're always gonna be in that type of situation. So don't let it like control your life or make you believe that you're never gonna have balance or things aren't ever going to get better. And then this one, it says possible impossibility, freedom, traveler, inner dreams. So for some of you, you may actually be astral traveling in your dreams. So like when you're dreaming, when you're sleeping and you're dreaming, this basically means that you might be like looking at your own body while you're sleeping. I've definitely had times where this has happened to me for sure, where I have went to sleep and I have dreamt of like the room that I was in, like whether it's my bedroom, the living room, or whatever, and I'll dream of exactly how everything was, and I'll be like looking at myself, and there might be my guide there talking to me or something about the universe. So just pay attention to your dreams. But I think this can also represent your spirit, and how there may be somewhere that you go to that brings a memory back from a past life, and brings some sort of like natural gift or natural, like something that you knew in the past life where you like remember, and it feels so much like a memory, but it just never happened in this life. And it's a person, a place, a thing. For some of you, I feel like it's somewhere that you're gonna be visiting, like a store. It could be a witchy store or a spiritual store, and I just feel like there's something that you're gonna come across that's gonna remind you of who you were and who you are becoming now. And as you embrace the person that you are, your spirit, your will, your empowerment. But yes, pile 4. I definitely hope that you enjoyed, that this brought a lot of clarity and peace and love into your life. And let me know what kind of readings you would like. I hope you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.